Africa is often remembered as the land of predators, but the truth here is far more complex. Small creatures sometimes hold the most remarkable survival secrets, and those called kings don't always win. In this wild world, the truth is often far from what we imagine. Wild Africa, strange animal behaviors, the African savanna under afternoon sun. A small creature digs near the base of an acacia tree, black and white contrasting back, moving slowly and seemingly harmless. This is the honey badger, one of the most misunderstood animals on the planet. The internet calls them the most fearless creatures in the world, immune to venom. But the truth is far more complex. Honey badgers aren't immortal. They're not completely immune to venom. They simply resist it better than most animals. This is the story of a creature living amid constant danger, about how they survive not through supernatural powers, but through intelligent biological adaptations. Popular belief suggests honey badgers can eat venomous snakes with absolutely no harm, and many viral videos make them look invincible. The truth is, honey badgers can be seriously affected by snake venom because they only have partial resistance, not complete immunity, as many people mistakenly believe. Research shows that when bitten by venomous snakes, honey badgers typically lose consciousness for 2 to 5 hours, not able to stand up and continue fighting immediately, as legend suggests. What's remarkable is their recovery ability, because while most animals of similar size might die within minutes, honey badgers can still survive and recover. The secret lies in special protein structures in their blood, with molecules that can bind to venom, slowing its spread and reducing critical damage. However, this mechanism isn't perfect, because if the venom dose is too large or if bitten multiple times, honey badgers can still die. And this has been documented. So why do honey badgers still dare to attack venomous snakes? The answer isn't because they're immune, but because they have multiple layers of defense beyond venom resistance. The first line of defense is thick skin. A honey badger's skin is about 6 millimeters thick, 3 times thicker than most mammals of similar size. Snake fangs struggle to penetrate. Not only thick, this skin is also extremely loose. When a snake bites, the honey badger can twist within its own skin to counterattack. Like turning inside a loose coat, the second line of defense is thick, coarse fur. It creates an additional barrier between fangs and skin. Often, snakes bite only fur without reaching skin. The third line of defense is attack tactics. Honey badgers don't confront head-on. They attack the snake's head, the most dangerous area to control it from the start. The honey badger's long, sharp claws are strong enough to rip a snake's head from its body. Once the head is controlled, the rest of the snake can't counterattack effectively. But even with all these defenses, honey badgers don't always win. If bitten in a critical spot, they still pay the price. Researchers in the Kalahari documented a case where a honey badger lay unconscious for nearly 4 hours after being bitten by a cobra. During that time, they're completely vulnerable. Lions, leopards, or hyenas could easily kill a honey badger in this state. Venom resistance is useless against other threats when the body is immobilized. But if lucky enough to survive the dangerous period, the honey badger will wake up. Often they'll continue eating the very snake that bit them as if nothing happened. You know, this behavior isn't because honey badgers are stubborn or stupid. It's actually a survival strategy. Snakes are a valuable protein source in an environment where food is really scarce. Honey badgers don't just face venomous snakes. They also raid honeybee hives, enduring like hundreds of stings. But once again, they're not immune to bee venom. Thick skin and dense fur help reduce the number of stings reaching the skin, but honestly, many stings still succeed. Honey badgers swell, suffer pain, but they just don't give up. The reason they accept this risk is that beehives contain honey and bee larvae, which are extremely high sources of energy and protein in the arid savanna. This is, honestly, a precious meal. So, are honey badgers truly fearless? Not exactly. They calculate risk like any other animal, but their threshold for acceptable risk is higher because they have multiple defensive layers. Research shows honey badgers still avoid snakes that are too large or situations just too dangerous. They're not recklessly foolish. They only take risks when the chances of success are high. So, the average lifespan of honey badgers in the wild is only about 7 to 8 years, which is honestly much lower than other carnivores of similar size. Risk, it turns out, has its price. In early 2026, honey badgers are still pretty common in many African regions, but, habitat loss and conflicts with livestock farmers are really increasing. Farmers often kill honey badgers because they dig burrows near livestock pens and, steal chickens. But honey badgers play crucial roles in controlling venomous snakes and insects. Honey badgers teach us that strength doesn't come from being immune to danger. It comes from having enough tools to face danger and recover afterward. They're not immortal superheroes. They're scarred warriors surviving through a combination of biological adaptation, intelligent tactics, and a bit of luck. In the natural world, nothing is completely immune. There are only creatures that know how to live with danger, accept risks, and continue to exist. Dawn on the Serengeti grasslands, a pack of wild dogs gathers after a night's rest, emitting their signature calls, touching muzzles, ready to step into a new day. Not far away, a pride of lions has just caught a zebra and is feeding. The scent of blood spreads through the early morning air. According to popular thinking, this is when conflict erupts. Wild dogs charging in to steal the kill and lions counterattacking in a fierce, unforgiving battle. But reality is completely different. The wild dog pack turns and leaves, moving in the opposite direction, avoiding the lion area, not confronting, just evading. This is true wisdom in nature. It doesn't lie in strength or courage, but in the ability to make the right decisions for long-term survival. Many believe lions dominate wild dogs because they're bigger, stronger, and more ferocious, forcing wild dogs to yield, flee, and live in fear. But GPS research tracking both species over 10 years reveals a different picture. Wild dogs don't live in fear. They live by an extremely intelligent strategy. The first strategy is temporal separation. Lions hunt mainly at dusk and night. Wild dogs hunt in early morning and late afternoon. When lions are resting, this reduces encounter probability by 70%. No encounters means no conflict. No conflict means no injuries or lost kills. The second strategy is spatial separation. Wild dogs can sense lions from 300 to 500 meters away through scent and sound. When detecting lion signs, wild dogs immediately change direction. They don't need to see lions. Just knowing where they are is enough to avoid them. Research shows wild dogs can hunt just 1 kilometer from lions without ever meeting. They maintain a mental map of all threat locations. The third strategy is eating speed. Wild dogs eat extremely fast. The entire pack tears flesh simultaneously, and they're capable of consuming an antelope in just 15 minutes. While lions typically take hours to eat large prey, which creates opportunities for hyenas or other rivals to approach, wild dogs finish so quickly that 15 minutes is just too fast to be discovered. Even if lions appear while they're eating, wild dogs don't fight to defend their kill. They immediately flee. Life is more important than a meal. This is the optimal survival choice because, losing 25% of food is still better than losing a pack member to injury or death. One wild dog death means reduced hunting capability for the entire pack. Success rates drop from 80 to 60% if the pack loses 2 members. The fourth strategy is pack communication. Wild dogs have a complex warning system. When one individual detects lions, it emits a special call. Woo! The entire pack immediately changes direction without needing to see the threat. Trust and rapid response are key to avoiding danger before it's too late. However, when avoidance is impossible and they're surrounded by lions, wild dogs switch to scatter tactics, running in multiple directions to confuse opponents and break the encirclement. Lions can only chase one individual, while the others have a chance to escape. This tactic raises the pack's survival rate to about 80%. Even more remarkable, wild dogs learn from experience. They can remember areas where they've encountered lions and proactively avoid them for weeks afterward. They even pass this knowledge to the next generation. Pups learn safe routes, safe times, and how to detect threats early. This is collective intelligence accumulated over generations, not just relying on innate instinct, but resembling a survival culture that's learned and transmitted. The statistics tell the whole story. Avoiding conflict truly is a smarter strategy than fighting. So, who's smarter? Is it the one that's like 10 times stronger but uses up a ton of energy in every conflict? Or is it the smaller one that actually survives better by steering clear of unnecessary confrontations? In 2026, wild dogs are the most endangered species among Africa's large carnivores. But honestly, it's not because they lose in conflicts with lions. The greatest threat is humans. Things like habitat loss, disease from domestic dogs, and roads breaking up their territory make it impossible for them to avoid lions the way they used to. When territory shrinks, avoidance strategies just, well, become impractical. Wild dogs are forced to encounter lions more often, and as a result, conflicts increase and mortality rates rise accordingly. Wild dogs demonstrate that intelligence doesn't lie in winning every confrontation, but in recognizing which battles aren't worth joining. Because, honestly, long-term survival matters more than just a temporary victory. In the natural world, the longest survivor isn't the strongest or the bravest. It's actually the wisest at avoiding unnecessary risks. Midday on the Serengeti grasslands, the temperature reaches nearly 40 degrees Celsius. Blazing sunlight scorches everything without shade cover. Under sparse acacia canopies, a pride of lions lies still. Not moving, not hunting, just lying there, breathing steadily and sleeping with their eyes closed. This scene repeats throughout the day, morning, noon, and afternoon. Lions spend nearly all their time resting and sleeping. This isn't laziness. This is a survival strategy refined through millions of years of evolution of Africa's largest carnivore. Research shows lions rest 18 to 20 hours each day. This means they're only actively engaged for about 4 to 6 of the remaining hours. This number is actually higher than most other carnivores, higher than leopards, higher than hyenas, and even higher than brown bears during their non-hibernation season. The first reason lies in body mass. Adult males can weigh over 200 kilograms. Maintaining this enormous muscle mass, well, it requires tremendous energy. Every minute of movement under the hot sun consumes precious calories. In an environment where prey is scarce, energy must be strictly conserved. Savanna daytime temperatures can reach 40 degrees Celsius. With thick fur and large body mass, lions can easily overheat if they're active at this time. Males' thick manes make this even worse. It retains heat like a heavy coat. Too much movement can cause heat stroke and honestly, endanger their life. The second reason relates to hunting strategy, because lions don't pursue prey over long distances like wild dogs. Instead, they ambush and attack with explosive speed at short range.